You just uploaded your new YouTube video and you are in YouTube Studio and you keep refreshing and refreshing and then you see it. It's a 7 out of 10. Crap. But here's the thing most creators do not realize. What you do after publishing the video can completely change whether your video becomes a dud or becomes the fastest growth spurt your channel has ever had. I've helped grow multiple channels from 0 to over 100,000 subscribers in just the past year. And the one thing that I've learned, the creators who blow up aren't the ones obsessing over the YouTube Studio dashboard. They are the ones that know exactly what to do after they've published. So today I'm going to show you the exact post-upload system that separates channels that stagnates from channels that grow. And it all starts with this. Stop checking your metrics. Listen, I'll be honest, the YouTube Studio is kind of designed to make you anxious. And that is the thing that you absolutely do not want. You know, it updates in real time and it makes you feel like every fluctuation matters. Oh no, my views per hour went down 20% in the past 2 hours. My channel is cooked. This video is going to be, oh, is this the end of my small YouTube career? No, it's not. Here's the truth. If you are a new YouTube channel, a new meaning you have less than 5 videos uploaded on your channel, the first 24 to 48 hours are useless. They do not matter. The data doesn't matter. The impressions don't matter. Nothing matters. And here's why. The easiest answer to give you here is because YouTube is still testing your video with very different audiences. If YouTube has no idea who to pull your video in front of, it's gonna take time for YouTube to test. And one of the great ways to see that this is the case is looking at how the impressions chart in YouTube Studio is behaving. Have you ever seen that staircase pattern that it seems like, oh, YouTube is finally giving my video impressions and then it falls flat and then it goes up again? Well, that is YouTube testing your videos with different types of viewers. It's trying to figure out who is this video for? And during that phase, it is super important to just let YouTube do its thing. Do not try to over-optimize and overcomplicate what you should be doing next, because I can guarantee you that it will actually work against you. So if you are a newer channel that hasn't uploaded a bunch of videos yet, YouTube is still figuring out who you are. So don't try to over-optimize early on. So what should you do? What is the fix here for you? Well, I got you. Calm down. So the fix is simple. Set one time per day, once, where you are going to check your YouTube Studio dashboard. I don't care if it's in the morning, in the afternoon, or the evening, just once per day you're going to check. Because the problem is if you do it more, you will just kind of make yourself anxious and really overthink everything that you're seeing. And if you are a newer YouTube channel, do not make any meaningful changes to your video up until at least 30 days after upload. Now, there is a metric you can look at earlier, and that is comments. If you're getting a few comments already, you can see like, hey, what resonated and what confused people about this video. That is something meaningful where you can extract value because it is an actual comment from an actual person. The YouTube Studio data itself, if you're a new channel, just let it ride out for a little bit. You're a new channel, give YouTube the opportunity to figure it out. Now look, everything that I share in this video works, and I have the verifiable proof of that with all the channels that I've worked with in the past, from the biggest creators on the platform to some of the fastest growing channels on the platform. But there's something that I don't really mention in this video that is before all of this. Because I'll be honest, the best post-upload strategy cannot save a bad video idea. After generating over 2.6 billion views with the channels I've worked with over the past years, I've kind of distilled this proven system on figuring out if your video idea is worth pursuing. And it's something I call the video idea decision tree. It's a simple framework that helps you validate your video ideas before you commit to making them. So you're not just hoping that the algorithm is going to be kind to you. You start with an idea where you know it has real potential to do well. And the best part? I'm giving it away completely free. Just scan the QR code on screen here or click the link in the description and I'll send it to you, and I'll also give you a little handy video walkthrough of how to use it. So now that you've stopped refreshing your YouTube Studio dashboard like a broken slot machine, let me show you what you actually should be doing in those first 30 days or sometimes 7 days if you're a little bit more of an established channel, and it has nothing to do with watching numbers go up or down. So this is point 2, the 7-day post-mortem. After 7 days, or 30 days if you're a newer channel, like I said, with less than 5 uploads, you finally have enough data to learn something useful. in 90% of times. But here's the problem. Most creators look at the wrong things. I want you to forget comparing your CTR to some benchmark. CTR, or click-through rate for full, is unique to your channel and your niche and your industry. It's unique. So do not think that you need to hit like a 5% CTR to have a video do really well, or a 10% CTR for your video to do really well, and I'll prove it to you. You see this video here on screen? Look at the click-through rate on that video. How many views do you think that video has? Because based on the CTR, it has to be pretty low, right? Well, you're wrong. Exactly. And this is what happens with CTR. If you are not an established channel, CTR is useless. If you don't have 5,000 people watching your video in the first 24 hours, CTR in itself is a useless metric. I want you to stop listening to all the gurus on YouTube that say that you need a certain percent CTR. They are wrong, they have no verifiable proof of this, and you should stop listening to them and stop watching them, because they are teaching you the wrong thing, okay? I'm sorry. I should make a video on all the gurus on YouTube that say things that are wrong with evidence, but I don't want to make enemies. Maybe I should. Let me know in the comments. Here are the 3 questions that actually matter when you do your 7 or 30-day postmortem. Question 1, did your idea resonate with your target audience? So look at your impressions. Did YouTube show it to people? If your impressions are low, so like let's say a few thousand impressions or maybe 10,000 impressions, YouTube just didn't really believe in your idea, or there's just no demand for that type of video at this moment in time. Now, if that is the case, this is an idea problem, not an execution problem. Question 2, did the hook deliver on the packaging? Now, after that 7 days, if you're an established channel that gets like 5,000 to 10,000 views in the first 24 hours, or if you're a new channel that has like just a few videos uploaded, I want you to look at that retention chart you have and focus mainly on the first 30 seconds. If you are losing more than 40% of your viewers in those first 30 seconds, there's a problem. Your title and thumbnail promised something that you didn't deliver on early in that video. The hook's job is to prove that the viewer made the right decision to click. So the hook, the first 30-ish seconds of your video. Question 3, did viewers want more? Now look at the full retention chart and identify where people dropped off. What are the death zones in your retention chart? Now, once you've identified these steep drops in your retention charts, aka the death zones, watch your video up until a minute before that and try to figure out what happened. Why did viewers click off here? Did I kind of trail off and not give value anymore? Or is it not entertaining anymore? Or did I sidetrack? Try to write down what you think happened and why viewers actually left. If you do this for every video, you will start seeing patterns, and those patterns will help you recognize what you need to improve. You know, did you have a long explanation? Did you go on a tangent? Did you give away the payoff of the video too early? The retention chart can tell you a story that the data, the numbers can't really tell you. And the more you practice this, the better you will become at storytelling and understanding what flies and what doesn't when it comes to your YouTube videos. Okay, so now you know what worked and what didn't based on the questions that you asked in this segment before. But here's where most creators stop and where the actual opportunity really begins. Because sometimes a dead video isn't actually dead. It just needs one thing. One of my favorite tactics that not enough beginner YouTubers utilize, in my honest opinion, is repackaging. Now, what is repackaging if you're really new? It is simply putting another package around your video, aka changing your title and thumbnail. Every time you update your packaging, so your title and or thumbnail, YouTube kind of reevaluates it, like what changed. And YouTube, in a lot of instances, actually gives it a little bit of impressions again to see, hey, maybe now viewers actually want to click this more. And this isn't cheating, this is simply optimizing for more views. I literally do this with every channel that I work with. And sometimes you can see crazy improvements after reevaluating, is this really the best packaging for this video? Now, when should you repackage? Well, again, if you're a beginner channel, give it time. Sometimes 30 days. You know, sometimes you just need to be very patient. It depends on what niche you're in and how big the audience is for that niche and how big the competition is in that niche. But I'll talk about that more in depth in another video if you want me to. So just let me know in the comments and like this video if that is the case. But when you should repackage is when it seems like your CTR is significantly lower than your other videos in the first 24 to 48 hours. But again, This is only important when you already have a little bit of a returning viewer base. Another signal to repackage your video is when you get comments on your video where viewers seem to be confused about what the video is about. So if there's a mismatch between what they clicked and what they are getting, sometimes it just means, hey, maybe I need to reevaluate if my title and thumbnail are really aligned with what the video actually is. Now, another thing you could do is look at the watch time. If your video gets great watch time and the AVD, the average view duration, is amazing, but the CTR is horrible, sometimes it just means that maybe you're missing the mark on your title and thumbnail. So it is worth then experimenting with slapping on a new title and slapping on a new thumbnail. Now then the next question becomes, how do you repackage? What should you look out for? First and foremost, you should never make random changes. Always be strategic about what you change it into. If you already have a few videos on your channel and you had a few that performed really well, look at them, study what make them do really well. Now take this underperforming video of yours and try to make the packaging as closely related as you can to that outlier video that you have, that more popular video that maybe got 10 times the views versus all your other videos. You want to use a similar thumbnail style, a similar color scheme, but also a similar title structure. Now, of course, if your video is completely different from your best performing video, that's a whole different problem, because you can only get so close to something before it becomes clickbait and people click it and actually get more confused. You can only do this up to a point where it makes sense. Now, if you can't really make your title and thumbnail close to the best performing video you have on your channel, we have a different problem. And that means that you have gone too far from what actually works on your channel. Now, this is something that you could potentially fix in the future, but a little bit more about that later. Now, here's what you shouldn't do when it comes to repackaging your video. Do not change packaging every day hoping something sticks. You need to give YouTube time to actually test it out. And if you change every single day, I can guarantee you it will not help you at all. Next thing is, don't completely abandon your visual brand if you have one. If you have a certain style of thumbnail or a certain color pattern that you always use, don't go completely the other side, because it will just make you more confused about what works and what doesn't work and make your channel one big mess and your brain one big mess, okay? And lastly, the most important part of this phase is, do not create a title that is so clickbait that you're not delivering on what that title is. There is no worse thing you can do to a video after publishing as changing the title to something that is completely dishonest about what the video is about, because YouTube tracks viewer satisfaction. And if viewers leave early because they feel like they're being scammed, YouTube will stop recommending it altogether. So you've repackaged a video or two and you are monitoring any meaningful jumps in impressions. But there's one last thing that separates the creators who grow fast to the ones that stay stuck on YouTube. And this is the thing most creators skip entirely. You need to understand that every video you upload is a data point for your next video. The creators I work with who grow the fastest, they make videos that feed into the other videos they've already made. Look at your channel and check the videos that you've already made. Which topics got the most impressions? Study that and make videos that are closely related to that topic. What hook structure performed the best in your video? Analyze it and adapt that structure for your next video again. What thumbnail style got the highest overall CTR, especially early on? Use that style again. What you want to do is you want to make sure that every video you upload is a lesson. It doesn't matter if that video gets 100,000 views or 500 views. If there is something to learn, and there always is, you want to take that lesson with you to the next video. This is exactly how small creators that do it as a hobby go to full-time creators, because they always learn something. They always take every data point to the next video. If you improve just 1% per video on, packaging and hooks and storytelling, you are not just 50% better after 50 videos. You are exponentially better. And this is why consistency beats intensity every single time when it comes to growing a YouTube channel. If your topics are closely aligned every single time, YouTube will learn who your video is for. YouTube will pull it in front of more of those eyes. And that is how you can compound that every video, even though they get a little bit lower views sometimes and higher views other times, always stick together and help build that big view machine for you. Stay in the same topic realm ensure that you are predictable to viewers, ensure that you give your video time to breathe and let YouTube figure it out if you have a new channel, and I guarantee you that if you do the things in this video, you will grow faster than if you don't do it. Now, there are also a lot of things you should completely avoid if you want to become a full-time YouTuber. And some of these things are so detrimental to your growth that it can actually make the difference between you having a shot to being a 10 view per video creator forever. And I talk about those things in this video here. See you there.